Dito kami yung sasakay sa talking train. So, just hop in love. Wherever you wanna go, sit down. Saan ba ang harap? Okay.
Kasi pagod na ako. Pagod ako sa kakatayo doon. So we can sit down in front of the
Door? Yeah.
door. Yeah.
Dito tayo.
Ikaw dyan, dito ako. Iwalay tayo.
Hindi magandang dito lang camera, love eh.
Dito ka mo ah.
Baka dito, oh. Wala naman siguro ako sa harapan natin.
Siguro. Kaya tag-isa nga tayo.
Okay, dyan ka. There we go.
Dito ako. Magharap tayo.
Kala ko ba ayaw mo magharap? Patalikod. Ikis din lang.
Ayoko.
Pagtabi naman tayo dito maya kung gusto mo.
Tabi tayo.
Pwede tayo naman lumipat-lipat. Okay.
Hindi naman puno.
Hirap ng mahabang buko.
Lawig lang kamay mo lang.
Ikat mo siya. Yan.
And welcome aboard. I'm one of Bendigo's vintage talking trams. I'm part of a fleet of over 45 heritage trams, which include the largest collection of original Melbourne trams in Australia. More than half of Bendigo's trams are over 100 years old. Visitors to Bendigo are often curious about how the city got its name. We've all heard the saying that Australia once rode on the sheep's back. Well, it was much the same in 1848 when the Ravenswood sheep run covered most of the land we're travelling on today. The overseer of the southern area of the run was Tom Myers. Tom was a bit of a dab hand with his fists and a great admirer of the renowned British bare-knuckle boxer William the Bendigo Thompson, who was nicknamed Bendigo. Tom named the Bendigo Creek in honour of his hero, and the name stuck. But the source of Bendigo's prosperity was soon to change. It is believed that gold was inadvertently discovered along the Bendigo Creek in September 1851 by Margaret Kennedy and Julia Farrell, whose husbands worked at Ravenswood. The pair found enough gold that day to fill a sock. They tried to keep their discovery a secret, but news quickly spread, and within 6 months up to 20,000 diggers had descended upon Bendigo, hoping to find their fortune. The government named the new township Sandhurst.
Tigba dito sa Bendigo. Tourist po kami dito sa Bendigo.
Castle Mine to Melbourne. Traffic.
Si Daddy.
Hi. We're enjoying our tour for today.
Tourist kami ngayon. Okay. So, mag-iikot lang kami dito sa Tram.
Sasakay lang.
Although na meron naman kami sasakyan para umikot, pero at least maganda at nasasabi kung anong istorya ng Bendigo.
Just only $10. So, but may
Harap din ng tourists.
discount.
So, ayan ang mga kasama namin. Siguro mga iba dyan, kaya ko lang.
We're now travelling along High Street, the original road from Melbourne to the diggings. This road was carved out 150 years ago by the Tram diggers' fleet and the wheels of their wagons. It was lined with diggers' holes and mines. At the time, Bendigo was known as the Golden City, and although the rhythmic stamping of the quartz-crushing batteries has long ceased, reminders of Bendigo's golden era and the immense wealth it brought its citizens is still evident throughout the city today. Coming up on our left is the Sacred Heart Cathedral. It is the third largest cathedral in Australia. As we pass by, note the statue at the front of the cathedral. It is of Mary MacKillop, Australia's first Catholic saint, and was erected in 2014. The 87-metre high spire has been part of Bendigo's skyline since 1977. The bronze cross at its apex weighs an incredible 3 tonnes. Bendigo's Catholic community began building the English Gothic-style cathedral in 1896, but it would take another 81 years for the project to come to fruition, with stonemasons brought in from England and Italy.
Yan sila. Antique Market. Yan pala Antique Market pero wala naman internet sa
Bendigo's founders were keen to give their city an English air, so they named the area we're entering Charing Cross and the street ahead Pall Mall. The Cenotaph coming up on our left was dedicated in the early 1950s and, apart from its smaller size, is identical to its counterpart in London's Whitehall district. Next to the Cenotaph is the Alexandra Fountain, which marks the heart of Bendigo. It was unveiled in 1881 and named after the then Princess of Wales, Alexandra. View Street runs up the hill to our left and is the hub of Bendigo's Arts Precinct, featuring the Capitol Theatre, the Tram Visual Arts Centre and the Bendigo Art Gallery. Next stop, Charing Cross. If you're getting off here, please mind the step and use the handrail as you leave the tram from the left-hand side.
May gusto rin pala siguro yung mga nag-tour kanina na bumaba. Alam nila ka ng oras na rin dadaan. Bendigo. Viva Bendigo. Bakit? $10 di ba bayad nila na?
Punta tayo lang mamaya ko. Sa kadulo na.
Dami ng picture nilang to eh.
Discovered in Australia. Notice the life-size statue of Sir George Lancel holding a lump of quartz in his hand. George Lancel was known as Australia's quartz king, and although he came from humble beginnings, his passion for quartz mining made him Bendigo's richest and most respected citizen during the gold rush years. The former Sandhurst public offices were opened in 1887. Then, at Federation, became the Bendigo Post Office. Today, it is home to the City's Visitor Centre and the Post Office Gallery. Both the Post Office and the Bendigo Law Courts building we are now passing were designed by Major George Watson. To your left is the historic Conservatory Gardens. It's hard to imagine that in the 1960s the glass conservatory was marked for demolition, all in the name of progress. Ahead you will see the Gold Monument. This monument was erected in 1901 and depicts Fortuna, the mythical goddess of good luck, dropping a gold nugget into the pan of a digger. Bendigo is still to this day one of the richest gold fields in the world and yielded over 700,000 kilograms of gold, worth approximately $38 billion at today's prices. The gold rush attracted people from around the globe, including thousands of Chinese who came to Bendigo in search of prosperity. Bendigo's Chinese precinct is called Daigun Sand. It translates to Big Gold Mountain, as Bendigo was known to the first Chinese who settled in the region. The proud history of the Chinese is displayed in Bendigo's Golden Dragon Museum, the adjacent Yi Yuan Gardens, and the Kuan Yin Temple. At the museum, you can view Bendigo's famous Chinese dragons, Lung, the world's oldest, Sun Lung, formerly the world's longest imperial dragon, and Dai Gum Lung, Bendigo's newest and the world's longest dragon. Bendigo Chinese Association display is a spectacular highlight of Bendigo's annual Easter Fair procession, which was established by the Catholic priest, Reverend Dr. Henry Backus, a German immigrant who came to the goldfields in 1852. He was sometimes called Reverend Porter of Longlands because of the valuable properties he acquired in the early days. On his death in 1882, he left behind real estate valued at more than £75,000, a huge sum in the day. The gold rush attracted people from all over the world and led to Bendigo becoming a mixing pot of cultures. The area we're now entering was originally, and even officially, known as Irish Town.